Both these young men, they're going to be right in front of each other. They won't be doing any hiding. Each fighter will not have to go looking for the other, that's for sure. Gil Clancy with us as usual on our boxing coverage. And Gil, I think what makes this such an exciting World Championship bout is not just that it figures to be action-filled, but because these are both very special people.
Tim, these are two of the finest young men I've met all the years I've been in boxing. They're both concerned about their family, friends, and people in general. And they're both dedicated to the sport of boxing. Unfortunately, Tim, only one of them is going to walk out as champion of the world today.
Well, all right. We had a chance to talk to Ray Boom Boom Mancini yesterday about getting a second chance at a world title in just 6 months' time.
I feel very blessed to get a chance at the world title, and again, that's in such a short period of time. You know, I said after the Arguello fight that, you know, maybe it wasn't the right time, but, you know, I had faith, and I just prayed that, you know, please, you know, let me come back and show my worthiness as a top contender and as a champion.
Ray, in your first championship fight, you were in against a living legend, Alexis Arguello. This time, perhaps, a mere mortal in Art Frias.
Well, you know, against Alexis, you know, I knew what I was up against. And I trained, I was very confident we were going, you know, I could beat the man. You know, but like sometimes closer to, when the fight gets closer, you know, your mind starts playing tricks on you and you start saying, wow, you know, this guy's terrific. How am I going to get past him, you know? And then, you know, you start getting the thoughts, but you try to get them out of your mind. But with this fight, I know I'm the better fighter. It's just, you know, in my mind that everything he can do, I can do better. You know, Art Frias is a family man, and I respect him and admire him for that. And he has a goal in his mind to feed his family, you know. But it ain't like I beat him, he's going to be in the obscurity. He's going to be there. He'll be back. But this is something I want to do all my life. This has been my life's mission in my eyes, you know. Ever since I was a little boy, this is all I've ever wanted to do. It's not like I just thought of it yesterday. So, not that I have to feed my family or feed a family, it's just that I have to do this, you know, in the later years, you know, I can look at my father and know, in my mind, I finally given him the one thing in life that I've always wanted to give him. And, you know, I'll be satisfied for the rest of my life, you know, that I finally did what I had set out to do.
Well, Lenny Mancini is here along with his wife, Ellen, and, of course, hoping today that the world lightweight title will be in the Mancini family at the conclusion of the bout today against Art Frias. One of the many boxing figures in attendance today, the fight people know this is a great fight, is Alexis Arguello. Is here preparing for his May 22nd defense against Andy Ganigan. And boxing fans certainly remember the poignant moment here on CBS Sports after his fight against Mancini.
Okay.
Ray Mancini.
I love your father. That's the most beautiful thing you have, like I have my father. Take good care of you. You're going to be a good promise. And I promise, if I can do something for you, let me know, please.
Thank you. Alexis Arguello is with us here live now. And Alex, certainly you know all about Boom Boom Mancini. What do you think is going to happen here today against Art Frias?
Well, I saw both kids training in here in the Aladdin Hotel. And I think Boom Boom, all we know, is a good slugger, is a good puncher. Is coming out of you all the time. He's like to fight, but the only way I can see Frias can get along in the fight is to try to box, keep away from the rope, and stay being in the middle of the ring with Mancini, because Mancini is a really tough fighter.
All right, well, Alexis Arguello leading towards Ray Boom Boom Mancini. We're going to be back to meet Art Frias, the champion, who is the underdog here today in Las Vegas. And we'll be back with the action and the champion in just a moment.
When we tell you on radios.
CBS Sports. We are back at the Aladdin Hotel on the Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada for this lightweight championship bout. The challenger, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, is already in the ring. He has a number of supporters here from Youngstown, Ohio, who made the trek out to see him go after the World Championship, his second title try. Here comes the WBA champion from Montebello, California, Art Frias, who has lost only once in a rather controversial loss to Ernesto Espana, which he later avenged. And he is, of course, the man who came from nowhere to win the WBA crown. Last December, Art Frias came in as a replacement and knocked out the then champion Claude Noel in the 8th round to win the WBA title. But despite the thrill of his victory and the attendant acclaim, Art told me yesterday his feet are still firmly on the ground.
Nothing has changed. Every Sunday we go to church. After church, I see my softball team play. And I got still same old friends. My daughters, they still go to their practices. In fact, my daughter, she called me today and she told me a very happy news. She made the cheerleading team. And even more than that, she's the captain of the team. So all those things, that's where my happiness is, with my family.
Well, after you defended against Ernesto España, you had to hurry home for another sports event.
Christine, my youngest one, 10, she played in an all-star game. And she's the only girl on the all-boys team. And she's the tallest, and she caught the winning rebound. Very exciting game. The final score was 25-24. And we were very happy about that. Took them out, and we went to dinner after. That was her day, too.
I understand that with your championship winnings, you're able to buy your wife a new house.
It's a great country of ours, Tim, and I feel only here in America I would have been able to do this. And I was a kid from the barrios. I never owned nothing, and only here in the United States now I got my house, and I got a car, and now I can have a little money to hopefully, as I always tell everybody, I'm 3 fights away from UCLA, and they tell me, "You're going back to school?" I say, "No, I'm sending my daughters to UCLA, give them the education that I never had."
We all know that Boom Boom Mancini is very close to his father. I know that you're close to your family, too.
Like I said, I don't like to go back on that, but I came from a very hard part of town that I was really a loner. I didn't really have nothing. And when I met my wife, and I met my daughters, they changed my whole life around, and they made me the man I am now. I'm very determined to get what I want, and I feel that that's what they've done for me.
So you're going to try and keep this title for them?
Exactly. In fact, that's why I'm dedicating the fight to my wife and 2 girls.
Art's wife, Rose, is in the audience. She won't sit near ringside. She's well back in the audience, and they were married in 1975. She was a widow at the time with 2 daughters. And his father, Cecilio, is also here, a Mexican native, and here at ringside to cheer on his son, Art Frias, in defense of his crown. And we're just about ready to go. Let's join the ring announcer, Chuck Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the afternoon. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing, in the blue corner, fighting out of Youngstown, Ohio, weighing 135 pounds, the challenger, Boom Boom Mancini. And in the red corner, formerly of East Los Angeles, California, now fighting out of Montebello, California. He weighs 134.5 pounds. Introducing the WBA Lightweight Champion of the World, Arturo Frias. 15 rounds of boxing.
Art Frias, the champion, with support from Montebello, California, and environs, and certainly many Californians here in the Vegas area. And Ray Mancini with supporters here from Youngstown, Ohio. As we see the tail of the tape, 21-year-old Ray Mancini weighed in right at the limit, 135 at the weigh-in last evening. Frias 134.25. They are just about the same height, as you can see. Non-stop punching attack of Boom Boom Mancini, and Richard Green seeing that Frias simply, at one point there on the ropes, could not get his hands up to defend himself. And Boom Boom Mancini has lifted the crown from Art Frias and has brought that world title to the Mancini family in Youngstown, Ohio. And his mission of winning the lightweight title that his father never won has been accomplished here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Aladdin Hotel today. There is bedlam in the ring, as you can see. There are many supporters here from Youngstown, and it looks like all of them from buses and trains and cars and planes have all jammed in to the ring. His father and mother in there. There is Mrs. Ellen Mancini embracing her son, who has won this title. He failed to do against Alexis Arguello, getting his second chance. That's his father on the right of the screen with the glasses and the white hair, and a weeping Ray Mancini has finally done what he had set out to do. He is 21 years of age. It took him 24 professional fights to accomplish winning this lightweight title. He's lost only once in his try for the WBC crown. Art Frias, who came from nowhere to win the crown from Claude Noel, defended it against Ernesto España, and like Mancini, a very personable, popular, likable young man, it was not his day-to-day against the buzzsaw attack of Ray Mancini. Ray told us in training, he said, you know, I really want to get to know Art Frias, and I want to talk to him after the fight. He seems like such a nice guy, but he said, I can't do that until this fight is over. You saw the WBA belt, the title belt. There is Ray Mancini. We're going to be talking to him in a moment. There's his dad.
All right, Tim, we're going to get right back to you with Boom Boom Mancini, and this time I agree with Gil Clancy. That was a sensational first round for a championship fight. Art Frias actually hurt Mancini, I thought, in the first 30 seconds, and then Boom Boom came back. We've got a lot of action still coming your way on CBS Sports Saturday. Heroes. Boom Boom Mancini, of course, is becoming one of our American heroes, especially if he can get back in and finally beat Alexis Arguello, who we'll be covering in the next month. Pat O'Brien will be telling us about sports heroes in the United States, why they become public figures. Then John Madden is going to take you someplace where you probably have never been before. The War Room during the National Football League draft. Not out with the telephones where the decisions become public, but behind the scenes with the Philadelphia Eagles. Why did they decide? That today, of course, we covered the Mancini fight, his victory as he took the WBA lightweight championship from Art Frias. But this is a month of champions on CBS Sports Saturday, and we have a couple of other fights coming your way that I want to remind you of. As far as the WBA lightweight version is concerned, Boom Boom Mancini, he's standing by with Tim Ryan right now. So let's go out to Tim and the Mancini clan. Tim?
All right, Brent, well, there is chaos in the ring here at the Aladdin Hotel. You're looking at the new world champion, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, his father, Lenny, his mother, Ellen. Ray, I know that you've got some thoughts on your mind. I want to see if you can articulate them.
First and foremost, I got to thank God for giving me the strength, the power, and the courage to get this fight, to win this fight. I just want to thank God for having all the beautiful people of Youngstown here to cheer me on, my beautiful family here to share this with me. Thank God for all the people back in Youngstown watching, for my grandmother watching in Youngstown, my grandfather up in the mountains, just for all the Easter Silk kids back home I love. Everything, this is theirs.
Lenny, your son promised you when he was a youngster starting out that he would win this world title. Did you believe the first time he said, Dad, I'm going to win that title for you? Did you believe him?
Well, that was his dream. I always had to believe what he said, because he dreamt that he was going to be the champion. That was all I mean.
There wasn't any doubt in your mind, huh?
Oh, no.
Well, the day has arrived. How did he look to you?
He looked strong. He looked good to me.
Ray, were you surprised that it only went around? I know in talking to you during the week, you had a lot of respect for Frias. You thought he was a strong guy, and you expected it to be a longer fight.
Well, I expected that type of fight. The first round was a typical fight I expected. I didn't know how fast it was going to go. Just because he went out one round don't mean nothing, because it was just a terrific... where have you seen a better first round? So I'm just saying it was that type of fight. One of us was bound to go. I just got was blessed to catch him. He hit me with some shots. He hurt me.
He hit you with a good left hook early, didn't he?
He's a great champion. I'm I'm just going to try to be as good as champion as Art Frias. He's a hell of a guy. I respect him, admire him, and I know he's going to be back, so I ain't heard the last of him.
Ray, we're going to take a look at that knockdown again. This is the first knockdown, and you can perhaps talk us through it.
Well, I hit him with a hook. I know I heard him with a hook. He backed up, on the heels of his foot, and I just kept throwing to try to throw that hook. And kept firing from all angles, bound to catch him one of these times. And, at that time I was getting hit. When I heard him, boy, it was just like, I just felt like a bull, man, I heard him, I jumped right on him till he goes.
There wasn't any question when he got up that you were in to try and finish him off. There was no question at all going back to that Arguello situation.
No, not at all. I knew he was going to try to survive. I just hoping that bell wouldn't ring. Just keep throwing punches. And Richard Dean did a hell of a job. He jumped right in there, wouldn't let him get hurt, because I was hitting him with some shots. He was bleeding bad. He was hurt. And like I said, it's just the greatest thing in my life. This is the greatest thing to be able to give my father. And I've served my purpose now.
Ray,
thank God.
Ray, you said that when have you seen a first round of a championship fight like that? That's exactly what Gil Clancy said as it finished. Said, can anybody remember a first round in a title fight like that? Tremendous display. We're going to be returning here shortly. Right now, we're going to take this time out for a commercial message, and we'll be back in Las Vegas shortly.
A drop of H2O.
Madhouse of a ring at the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas, where the champion Ray Boom Boom Mancini is eager to see that entire fight again. It didn't last one full round. He's right here at the ropes with us. So let's join the videotape of the fight. Round number one, the only round as it was. All right, Boom Boom Mancini was listening to our commentary. You saw about 15 rounds of action packed into 3 minutes there. Do you believe what you just saw, Ray?
I can't believe it. I won't believe it for the next couple of years. I just want to thank every CBS, Aladdin Hotel, Ash Resnick, Top Rank. They made this come true for me.
Ray, you thanked everybody, and everybody thanks you for your excitement. We're going to be back here in Las Vegas. We're going to talk to Alexis Arguello, who's got his WBC title fight coming up here on CBS on May 22nd. Right now, we're going to return you once again to New York and Brett Musburger.